He dips a finger into the small pool of blood in a cup, careful not to drip it from his fingertip. He brings it to the canvas, smearing it with great care, creating a picture with finger and brush. He does not know whose blood it is, nor if it is human. It is the life that once throbbed through the veins that matters. He breathes in its odor. It would taste salty, red, and a little bit like smelted iron. It smells good, fresh. It has to be, or the magic would have faded away. The canvas always changes. Sometimes it is large, sometimes it is tiny, the sweet breath of an infant drifting through tiny pouty lips. The canvas he works today with such care is the rocky crags of a mountain. As he brings the painting to life, it vibrates almost imperceptibly with a dull one. A few pebbles ladder down the rocky terrain, kicked up by tiny puffs of dust. The group traveling on the mountainside pause, looking around with startled eyes. They felt the faint vibration of the ground, their ears barely picking up the distant roar. The child stares curiously at a small rock rolling past. With a practiced hand, he adds details, painting bright red trails down the rock face. The rumbling grows louder, the ground shaking with increasing fury. The pebbles and rocks clattering down the mountainside are chased by larger stones and clouds of billowing, unbreathable dust. The small group scrambles in a frightened panic, grabbing children and dropping precious belongings. A woman trips and falls, her infant clutched protectively in her arms, scraping herself on the sharp rocks. Stunned, she lays there breathing hard, staring at her husband hurriedly picking through their meager belongings, discarding anything they cannot eat. He gently dabs a spot of red on the head of the man. Bewildered, the man looks at his fallen wife, his eyes pleading with her to hurry up to her feet and run. A boulder flies between them as if hurled from the mountain by a giant invisible hand. The man stands there, wavering slightly, his head a small red smear being painted down the mountain by the rolling boulder. So intent are the terrified people on fleeing that most do not notice the dark and terrible winged creature swooping down silently from the sky. His tattered cloak flapping like the rotting sheet wrapped around a corpse. It is indistinct, as though only a shadow of it can touch this world. The man's wife watches in horror, a terrible scream tearing from her throat as the monster swoops down and grabs his headless corpse with the long, short fingers in one talented hand. It turns his faceless head towards her and reaches into him with the other, tearing away the shadowy shade of a man writhing and fighting to remain sheltered inside the dead body. Its attention remains locked on her as it steals her husband's soul. With incredible speed, it lifts off, swooping away into the sky with its still struggling cargo. He tries to scream as he fights the creature spiriting him away, but cannot. He is but a shadow. His body wavers slightly and slumps slowly to the ground, its heartbeat slowing, stuttering to a stop. He continues to paint the canvas of rocking lives. Those who miss being crushed by the falling rocks gasp and choke on air, replaced by dust, unable to breathe, suffocating. The dark creature swoops down from the sky again and again, stealing souls from the broken body as the life ebbs away, moving swiftly and silently with deadly precision. When the shaking of the ground stops at last, the rumbling fading into the past, the dust clearing on the soft breath of air, the aftermath becomes apparent. An ugly gash is scraped down the mountainside, a trail of broken debris showing the path the rockslide has taken, matching exactly the red smears of blood he'd lovingly painted on his canvas. A hand pokes feebly from the ground, waving weakly, smeared with blood and dust. A child wails. He had a name once. It had been so long since he had heard it uttered, he no longer remembered it. Most were called by another name. Death. His dark cloak shoulders shake, the rotting fabric shreds moving as though its tattered remains were made of delicate gauze. He weeps for his newly collected soul.